Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 women who shocked us all. So on this channel we've done a lot of videos of women you won't believe exist. But here are some new women who amazed the world. From people who turned into real life anime characters to people with the biggest hands in the world. Before we get into it, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too to never miss a video. Coming in at number 10 is Anastasia. So we all know anime is the very popular art style from Japan, and in the world there are some super fans of anime. Some of these super fans have made a new trend called real life anime. This is where they dress up in cosplay as anime characters. These can be famous anime characters from TV shows or their own made up ones. But of course, this is just playing dress up and it's not how they look day to day. Well, that is not the case for one Ukrainian girl named Anastasia. A couple of years ago, this 19-year-old girl embarked on her own mission to become a real-life anime character. First off, she changed her name from a Ukrainian name to a Japanese name. Anastasia is her given name, but her new Japanese name is Anastasia Fukakumi. She's been given the nickname the new Barbie doll by news outlets, but she's much more like a real-life anime character than a Barbie doll. When she was asked about her major transformation, she says she's not like a doll, she is a doll. She started out drawing anime characters and then decided to become one. I used to draw monsters as a kid, but I didn't turn into one of them. Or did I? Either way, Anastasia will blow your mind with her anime eyes. The white around her eyes is actually just makeup. And she also uses long, colourful hair extensions. Not to mention her favourite outfit, a Japanese schoolgirl. Next up is Duangjae Samik-sama. When you were younger, you may have had those Hulk hand toys. They were massive rubber hands you would put over your own. Well, a few years back, this woman from Surin, Thailand was said to have the real Hulk hands. That's what the media said when doctors discovered this woman with the world's biggest hands. Each of her arms weigh 21 pounds. She's 50 years old, and for her entire life, she's had this very painful and rare condition. Her arms are permanently swollen, and doctors are baffled as to why she has this condition. She says doing simple tasks like moving her arms is very difficult and painful. She says getting dressed in the morning is incredibly painful as well, and her hands are so heavy she can't even lift the comb to brush her own hair. Despite her life being very difficult, she's actually overcome a lot of things. She manages to own and operate her own store in Thailand. She says as a kid she was embarrassed by her condition, and she spent the first 20 years of her life as a recluse. She never went to school and never went outside, all because of her hands. But when she turned 20, she needed to take care of her parents, so she went out to earn a living. Amazingly, she built her own grocery store and is now a successful businesswoman in her village. Doctors said the only solution would be to cut her hands off. But she said she would never do that and would rather live with the world's biggest hands. I have to give it to this woman, she's overcome a whole lot despite having the world's largest hands. Next up is Rika Irvin. So one dream job for many young women is becoming a model. You may think that to become a model, you need to have the look. That is, of course, to be very beautiful by traditional standards. Well, Rika Irvin, better known as Amazon Eve, proves that is not the case. She's a model, fitness trainer, and actress, and has appeared on the cover of Australian Zoo Weekly. The amazing thing about her is she's 6 feet and 8 inches tall. This makes her the tallest model in the world. She's very comfortable with being different, and she's actually played a character on American Horror Story Freak Show. She first wanted to become an actress, but she did eventually give this up as she was given roles of aliens and monsters and never anything normal. She then got a law degree and actually joined a legal firm. But she got bored of the office lifestyle, so quit and joined a gym. She then got to the crazy, unrealistic size 0 physique. This almost resulted in her passing away, but eventually she developed a healthier lifestyle. She then became a personal trainer, and now she's a model as well. It's pretty crazy how one person has done so much. And to top it all off, Rika was actually born a man. Next up is Mandy Sellars. So we've just seen the woman with the world's largest hands. Well, now it's time to visit the UK, where Mandy Sellars lives with the world's largest legs. For much of her life, Mandy was like any other girl, but as she aged, her legs got larger and larger. She has a rare genetic mutation which has caused her legs to grow to massive sizes. In 2006, some doctors thought she had Proteus syndrome. This is a very rare condition affecting only 100 people in the world. However, Mandy said she doesn't agree with this diagnosis. Because of her amazingly large legs, she's been on many TV shows. And Mandy's been on TV so much, she jokes she's a part-time TV star. Despite Mandy refuting the diagnosis, many doctors say she does have Proteus syndrome. This is the same syndrome that John Merrick, aka the Elephant Man, had. So far there is no known cure for Mandy's condition. but hopefully one day there will be and she won't have to live with such large legs. Next up is Julia News. Some people on this list have been born looking extraordinary, while others have achieved these looks all by themselves. Well, Julia is one of these women who has changed her looks dramatically. When she was born in 1959, she looked totally normal. But in her mid-30s, she developed a condition called porphyria. This is a condition where sunlight results in blistering of her skin. She would get blisters every time she went outside, which would give her a lot of scars. So as a way to cover up the scars, she began getting tattoos. Her doctor recommended her tattooing herself a pale skin tone color, similar to the color of her scars. But when she did this, it didn't turn out very good. So instead, Julia decided to turn her body into a canvas. Her nickname is the Illustrated Lady, as she has tattoos on 95% of her body. This is including all of her face. If you thought modern rappers have a lot of face tattoos, then you should see Julia. Julia now has various colorful tattoos all over her body, and each tattoo means something to her. Some are her favorite cartoon characters and favorite actors. And she even decided to get a self-portrait. A few years back, she appeared on the TV show Ripley's Believe It or Not, and she's even had roles in music videos, such as a part in Aerosmith's music video for their song Pink. It's pretty incredible that Julia overcame her rare condition with tattoos. Next up is Rumisa Jelji. So we've seen the tallest model in the world on this list, but now it's time for the tallest teen. That's where Rumisa comes in. Rumisa holds the record for the tallest teenager in the world. She's 17 years old and is already 7 foot and 9 inches. She's from Karabük, Turkey and is currently in 11th grade at high school. She lives at home with her parents and older siblings, who are all a normal height. However, she has a very rare condition that makes her super tall. Despite her condition, she's overcome it and is very tremendous and courageous. She says that no matter what life throws at her, she'll always overcome it. Other than her height, she goes to school, has a lot of friends, and is pretty much a normal teen. Doctors say they believe her condition is caused by Weaver syndrome. This is a genetic disorder which causes rapid growth, and this means she may continue to grow as she gets older. In addition to her massive height, her hands also measure at 24 centimeters. Her feet also measure at 31 centimeters, meaning she has massive hands and feet as well as being super tall. But I'm sure that nothing can get in her way of living a happy life. Next up is Suputra Sasafan. When kids reach the age of 13 or 14, they may begin to see hair on their bodies. But by the time this girl from Thailand turned 11, she already had hair all over her face and body. She holds the record for being the world's hairiest girl. In her village, she has many nicknames, including Wolf Girl and Monkey Face. And because she was very different, she was teased at school. But when she turned 11, she was given the Guinness World Record. And this has made her extremely popular in her hometown of Bangkok. She says she's very happy to have a Guinness World Record. She said most people have to do a lot to get in, but all she had to do was answer a few questions and they gave it to her. She says now she's very famous in her hometown and many people want to take photos with her and talk to her. Doctors say she has a condition called Ambras syndrome, and she's one of just 50 known sufferers of this in the world. This is caused by a faulty chromosome and has been around since the Middle Ages. Before this disease was understood by doctors, many people with it were called werewolves, and sometimes they were even chased out of their villages and had their lives taken. But luckily nowadays we understand this condition and don't do anything like that. She has thick hair growing all over her face, arms, ears, and legs. She's undergone laser treatment many times to try and stop the hair growth, but every time it has failed. However, luckily ever since getting the Guinness World Record, she's become much more outgoing. She now no longer doesn't want to go outside and loves life again. So this just goes to show that sometimes all you need is a Guinness World Record. Next up is Asha Zulu Mandela. So we've just seen one girl famous for her hair. Asha is another woman famous for her hair, but she was not born this way. Instead, it's taken Asha 25 years to grow the longest dreadlocks in the world. She's currently 50 years old, meaning for half of her life, she's never cut her hair. She was born in Trinidad Tobago and moved to New York, and she's now known locally as the Black Rapunzel. Her hair measures 19 feet and 6 inches. 8 years into growing her hair, she had many medical problems. She had 2 mild heart attacks and 2 mild strokes. This meant she needed 13 surgeries and had to spend 14 years of her life in hospital. She says that today cutting her hair would be like taking her life away. She says it can be problematic at times, and she says she uses a bottle of shampoo every single day. Doctors are concerned she may damage her spine and neck because her hair is so heavy, but she says she simply doesn't care and loves having the longest dreadlocks in the world. Next up is Carol Mayer. So many women on this list stunned the world because of how they were born. But Carol Meyer from Brazil stunned the world in 2009 when she did something no other human has ever done. She actually got the world record for the longest time to hold your breath underwater. She managed to remain underwater for 18 minutes and 32 seconds, all while holding her breath. The average person can do this for 20 to 40 seconds. Carol used to be a professional diver and swimmer, and she says the longest she's ever held her breath was for 24 minutes. However, no world record inspector was there to confirm this. She's been diving ever since she was a child in Brazil, and she actually holds 8 world records for various different things, all to do with diving. Next up is Bikini Woman. A few years back on Facebook, this image went viral. It appeared to show a woman who had a need for a very special bikini. While most bikinis have 2 support straps, this woman's had 6. The image was apparently taken somewhere in Africa, but the actual identity of the woman and where this was taken is not known. Either way, the image went viral and stunned the entire world. And doctors speculate that if she came forward, she would have a world record. One doctor even wrote a statement on Facebook saying she would love to get in touch with this woman and examine her. But sadly, the identity of this woman has not yet been confirmed. However, if you happen to be watching this, then please do leave me a message. Check out the poll in the top right corner to vote for the most amazing woman on this list. If you guys want more amazing videos, then check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that on screen in a moment. And as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.